All right. What do we got here? I guess debunking of conspiracy theories because right wingers are fucking idiots. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's time to shit on some fucking conspiracy theories. So Bernie Sanders went on Joe Rogan, and as we all know, Joe Rogan is basically, well, gone down the conspiratorial right wing rabbit hole because the thing with Joe Rogan is that, similar to a lot of right wingers, he is fundamentally incurious, and it's very easy to, well, for him to fall down fucking conspiratorial rabbit holes. He used to be more curious, but I don't. I actually no. I don't even think that he was even fundamentally curious. Joe Rogan only just listened to the previous guy in the room and just agreed with their positions in order to just like sort of facilitate a conversation within what the podcast environment that he was running. The problem is this is that like he tried to, yeah, like you're saying, Boy Meets Smitty. Yeah, he isn't actually curious. He pretended to be curious because he wanted to appeal to as many people as possible. That was the point. But inevitably, with the fact that he only brought on fucking right wingers for the most part, well, they eventually just captured the entirety of the environment that Joe Rogan cultivated, and well, more or less just twisted it for their own purposes and their own conspiratorial, well, aims and means. He is fundamentally like not curious. He's never been a curious individual. Like that's never been a factor for him. But like, what do we got here? Like, he believes in like, if it's a conspiracy theory, he fucking believes in it because I don't know, just an idiot. Fact checks Bernie Sanders after he tried shaming people who think climate change is a hoax. I don't understand. Again, like, what did Bernie Sanders ever do any of that? He just says, like, yeah, the scientists are correct. This is what they say. They're right. So, cool. Yeah, like, fact checked. Some people think climate change is a hoax. It ain't a hoax. I think the last 10 years have been the warmest on record, which is true, by the way. Like, constantly every summer has been hitting, like, higher and higher fucking warming temperatures. And then Joe Rogan with the clapback, allegedly. Do you see the Washington Post piece? They found that we're in a cooling period. This is a very inconvenient discovery, but they had to report the data, and kudos to them for doing that. Okay, the problem is that Washington Post article, that exact same fucking article, you scroll down further in it, they're saying like, no, let's be clear here. The reason why this is fucking happening is because of anthropogenic fucking climate change due to, well, human activity. Did Jamie actually fact check Joe Rogan here and the conservatives are not going to report on that honestly? Is this true? Can I get a clip to that? I need a clip to that. Or is this like are we just doing the Jamie pulled it up meme or something? Anyways, like, I can't look at the WAPO article itself, but this is like a pretty decent summary as to what is going on here. So, again, scientists found Earth's climate has experienced dramatic shifts with temperatures far higher in the past than previously thought, which is, yes, pretty fucking normal. And the reason why temperatures are far higher in the past than previously thought is because of, well, greenhouse gases, the greenhouse effect being, put into the fucking atmosphere. This is a fact. Joe Rogan ignores this part. He tries to sort of like wax poetically saying like, "Oh yeah, dude, like, the fucking goddamn like the climate always like changes, it fluctuates." It's like, yes, that is true. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down like this. The problem is that it's more like it goes up more and then down a little bit, up more then down a little bit, up more then down a little bit, up more then down a little bit, up more. And the reason why it's going up consistently is because of, whoa, effects of greenhouse gases within the atmosphere. That's what's going on. So the study based on fossil data and climate models shows a strong link between carbon dioxide levels and temperature increases. That's a little inconvenient there for fucking Joe Rogan. Experts warn that the current rate of human-caused warming is faster than any climate change observed in Earth's history. Is this the clip? The problem is that it probably gets fucking copyrighted. Whatever. I just want to see Jamie pulling it up. That's all I want. Joe Rogan brutally
So
shuts
look at
down
the
Bernie
far
Sanders.
end of that graph.
Uh-huh.
And you see we're in a cooling period.
So this is the skits.
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't read that article, but
Again, so here's the problem. Bernie, he's a congressman. He doesn't have time on his hands to schizophrenically dig through all of like Joe Rogan's bullshit that he's gone like down the rabbit hole on for a time in memoriam. So what is this?
the scientists who are out there, I think.
I know, but there's a lot of money involved.
So whatever.
That's part of the problem. There's a lot of money involved in this whole climate change emergency issue, and there's a lot of control.
Online commentators also cited the Washington Post article mentioned by Rogan, with this commentator saying, "I am skeptical of anthropogenic climate change, but the WAPO article is the most possible argument. This article shows 450 million years where temperatures rise and fall over long periods of time. This does not mean a sudden spike would necessarily be good for civilization. The graph only tells us climate has varied widely, and it is still possible to look at it and say life on Earth has been able to adapt." Bernie Sanders has been a vocal climate change alarmist for years, even saying we will be underwater.
Vocal climate. Boy Meets Minnie, this clip is fucking useless to me. I want Jamie pulling it up. You said that Jamie's pulling it up. What do you mean? This isn't Jamie pulling it up. God damn it, Boy Meets Minnie. You have failed me. I don't care, like, because, what, Sky News is like, it's like a complete rag. Yeah, you know, whatever. It's the, if you zoom in on the graph, the scale is 500 million years. The cooling period is at the end is literally the past 65 million years. Really? That's so funny.
Major cities going on the wall.
Derek's over the statement, saying Bernie's still crying about underwater, saying this since the 80s and nothing has happened.
Okay, well, this is just okay, this clip has been fucking completely useless, Boy Meets Minnie. God damn it. Alright, where's the fucking stupid graph? WAPO article graph. Because, like, Joe Rogan can't fucking read either. So, what is this? So, this is the graph. God, these stupid fucking, like, I just want the graph. That's all I want. I want to just examine the fucking graph. Why do liberals fucking lose? Because of this stupid shit. Fuck you. Alright, what do we have here? Global mean surface temperature. Wow, this is on a scale of 485 million years, Joe. And if we zoom in here, this is over the past 50 million years. You see what this fucking giant spike is here for? That means we're in a fucking warming period, not in a cooling period. Right? Again, there have been multiple ice ages, right? This was the fucking ice age that happened. And ever since, guess what? This is a lot of recent fucking human history. The fucking goddamn graph is going up, Joe. Like, him citing this fucking graph in of itself as like, oh yeah, it's a massive fucking cooling period. You see this little fucking dinkly winkly over here? Oh. The climate's going up. Or the temperature of the climate is fucking going up. But, you know, we can't read the term fucking 485 million years ago. This is on a scale of 50 million year intervals. So, that's cool. Yeah, and yeah, exactly. Most humans haven't even fucking existed for most of the time here. Crazy. Yeah, dude, because humans existed during the time when the fucking, I don't know, Earth was getting barraged by a bunch of fucking bullshit and didn't even have a fucking goddamn atmosphere yet. Idiot. He's just an idiot. He doesn't know any of this fucking bullshit. And fucking conservatives citing this fucking goddamn graph are complete fucking morons. Yeah, like, this shit right here, yeah, good luck living in that. Good luck living in the Middle East during this time period. So, whatever. Stupid moron. Okay, let's get into it.
You got to deal with this climate change issue. And I know that, there are some people think climate change is a hoax. It ain't a hoax. I think the last 10 years have been the warmest on record. Mm-hmm. And we can create millions of good-paying jobs transforming our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency, to solar, to wind, and other sustainable energies.
I think the climate change issue is very complicated. And I think, did you see the Washington Post piece that they wrote where they did this long-term view? First of all, the reality is that the Earth's temperature has never been static, right? We both agree on that. It's always been up and down. There's been ice ages and heat waves. And then the Washington Post looked at it. What was the time period that they looked at? That essentially they found that we're in a cooling period. That the Earth, over the past X amount of years.
He doesn't even like mention like what's the time period that this is going on? Hey Joe, what is this little, what is this? What's this? What is that? Let me help you, Joe. 485 million years ago, and these are 50-year million intervals. Well, this is a 50-year million interval. Initially, it's 100 million year intervals. And then we have this. This is like the time when humans started to come like in out of the fucking primordial ooze. Started evolving from chimpanzees is what this fucking particular bit here represents. This. And it's, as you can see, very sharp incline. It's in the fucking graph itself, Joe. Yeah, like stupid.
And this was like a very inconvenient discovery, but they had to report the data, and kudos to them for doing that. Scientists have captured the Earth's climate change over the last 485 million years. Here's the surprising place we stand now. So look at the far end of that graph, and you see we're in a cooling period.
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't read that article, but...
Again, not Boy Meets Minnie, but Bernie Sanders can't debunk the schizophrenia that Joe Rogan is operating off of because, whoa, crazy. He doesn't have time to just go and pour over all these dumb fuck conspiracy theories. It's fucking nonsense. But again, Joe, what is this? What's this? This is probably what, like the past, let's say, maybe like 100,000 years. It's been on an incline for the past 100,000 years. That's pretty much like most of the time since like humans have existed. But okay.
Yeah.
You know, the scientists who are out there, I think...
I know, but there's a lot of money involved in that too, Bernie. That's part of the problem. There's a lot of money involved in this whole climate change emergency issue, and there's a lot of control, and that's a big part of this problem.
Don't fucking talk to me about fucking control. What the fuck are you talking about? You're a 100-millionaire who fucking spews the propaganda of people who want to fucking maintain those systems of hierarchy and control because you fucking benefit from that, okay? Like, yeah, money involved. What? Joe Rogan. Joe. What's your net worth? Estimated at $200 million? Whoop, 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 whoop.
Not only that, if we're just talking about primarily carbon and carbon footprint, what are we going to do about China? Because China's like, what percentage of...
They are the major polluter right now in terms of carbon. We're number two. We used to be one. They're number one right now.
I think they have an enormous percent of global. I think it's...
So they're number one.
So we talked about this before. China is currently using a lot of coal power plants because it is a cheap fuel source, and they have a lot of coal available within China. They can source it very, very easily. And they are using this as a transitionary form in order to go to more greener sources. That is the purpose of China using a bunch of coal power plants. There's an article about this. And yeah, there is also like 4 times the population there in comparison to the United States. So they are going to, as a result, because they have a lot more people there, although that's not as big of a factor, Boy Meets Minnie, but the reason why they have a lot of coal-fired power plants is because they're using them as a cheap transitionary source to go to more greener / nuclear. That's the point of them using the coal power plants.
It's very high.
Look, it's not an American issue. It is a global issue. And all I can tell you is that we are, in my view, going to see more extreme weather disturbances in the coming years than we have. And we're seeing them right now.
Right, but scientists don't agree. Well, this is where it gets confusing. Because scientists that are in agreement, there's all these entanglements. Whenever someone's discussing something, whether it's economics or whether it's health issues or pharmaceutical drugs, there's financial entanglements. I think we both agree with that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, the scientific industry is known for being very rich. Big science. Very, very common. Like, why are you trying to equate scientists to pharmaceuticals? Why are you trying to equate them to healthcare? This is fucking nonsense. It's stupid.
And I think this is part of the issue with this whole climate change emergency as well, because it's not just that we could all agree pollution is a major factor. It's a huge issue in the world today. We could all agree with that, right? I think one of the things that we have to recognize is that whenever there's an issue that everyone can agree on, you're going to have a bunch of people that capitalize on that issue, and they look to gain more money. They have financial issues that they push forward in order to capitalize on this issue, but then also power and control.
Wait, why is that a fucking problem? Again, you want to know who offers way more fucking money in compare? It's not fucking green fucking advocacies or some shit. It's not green advocacy that offers more money in terms of politics. It's fossil fuel corporations. They are the ones who are in control. Again, Donald Trump, the fucking president that you support, is the drill baby drill guy. Like, and you want to talk about, like, maintenance of hierarchy and control? Buddy, like, you are a byproduct of those exact same fucking systems. You are cis, heterosexual, white. You are a main beneficiary to that hierarchy. Simply put, like, I don't give a fuck about, like, the 3 IQ, like, right-wingers that say, like, why are you saying this? Like, do we need to pull up the studies? Do we need to pull up the history? Is that necessary? Like, don't fucking give me any of this bullshit. Yeah, listen, unfortunately, I'm extremely racist against Irish and Italians, as one should be as a European, okay? That is my European birthright. That is to be racist to people who are in the EU, okay? So I don't give a fuck. So yeah, man, totally. The main problem is because big environment wants a lot of fucking maintenance of hierarchy and control. And the only reason why he's saying this is because like what? I think it's like the whole thing with like 15-minute cities, right? He has like a problem with 15-minute cities. Which is like an inherently sort of like green initiative. But it's just a conspiracy theory. The whole idea, the concept of the 15-minute city, I think it's in England, I think, it's an initiative that they're trying to sort of figure out and test, is that, okay, a person can get to their daily needs in about 15 minutes. That's about it. And it's being tested, I think, in Oxford, England. And the reason why they're testing it in Oxford, England, is because there's a lot of old medieval roads that are smaller and can get clogged up with traffic. So they don't want them to be as clogged up to traffic because, again, with the clogging of the traffic, it affects deliveries, it affects public transportation, it affects emergency vehicles. They want to have less vehicles on the road so then all these public services can have more access to those roads. So they want to incentivize more people to be walking, biking, and, well, not using their cars. That's the fucking point of it. It's very stupid, right? The concept of 15-minute cities where a person's daily needs in a city are accessible within a 15-minute walk, bike, or transit ride from their home is a few years old. It's been picked up by many cities to guide urban planning and design, which is based. But in recent months, the 15-minute city idea has also been seized by people who fear it's an elaborate conspiracy theory to limit individuals' freedoms, mobility, and create barricaded sectors to keep them trapped. Schizophrenic conspiracy theory, obviously, because again, the reason why they think that this is a sort of maintenance, a scheme, a conspiracy in order to sort of keep people trapped and use them as like a, I don't know, like a cordoning off tool or whatever, is because England said, like, we will charge people who use the transport, who use, you know, get at particular certain times or whatever. If they use cars, whenever it's like a certain period of time, we're going to charge them money for doing that. Again, this is a concept that is still being tested as of right now. I think it's basically like a toll system that's operating in Oxford, something like that, for as to what is going on. Yeah, exact. Oxford's main center is mostly pedestrian now. Like that's the point, right? They have smaller medieval streets in Oxford, and they don't want as many cars on there. That's the point of this 15-minute city idea. Like that's why they're fucking pushing it. But it's completely fucking it's just nonsense. It's nonsense, right? It's all about mixed use fucking zoning. So, you know, to incentivize people to not use their vehicles as much. Which is why this dumbass who can't read anything beyond fucking headline articles repeats the idiotic conspiracy theory. And also because he interacts with like complete fucking dipshits and morons constantly. He has no idea what he's fucking talking about.
These things like they're trying to institute in the UK where they have these 15-minute cities, this concept where you're not allowed to travel, they'll be able to look at your carbon footprint. It's, yeah, see, that's the problem.
Again, yeah, like, it's the exact thing that I was just talking about, right? Like, UK. 15-minute cities, how they got caught up in conspiracy theories. Go away. So there's nothing wrong with making sure people can walk or cycle to shops or school, Mr. Harper. That's traditional town planning. True. Originally an urban planning concept, 15-minute city idea aimed at providing people in cities basic services within a quarter of an hour's walk or bike ride of where they live. Like, even the fucking conservatives are saying, like, this is the Tories. The Tories are fucking pushing back against this concept. It's insane. So again, here's where the fucking conspiracy comes from, right? Where is it? It's the fucking charge. That's characterization. His speech follows government plans to back drivers by preventing councils from enforcing schemes that aggressively restrict where people drive. The creator of 15-Minute Cities, urban planner Carlos Moreno, issued a statement later on Monday calling on the government to reconsider its stance because, again, a lot of schizophrenics are fucking going full schizo over this. Like, it's fucking stupid, dude. Like, that's the point. Yeah, may find this control is definitely not the same as a 15-minute city. Like what's the Oxford? It was in Oxford where this idea truly sparked a misinformation storm. Last November, Oxfordshire County Council approved the creation of traffic filters enforced through cameras in 6 key locations. Private cars would not be allowed through without a permit, which they could use up to 100 days per year, but all other vehicles would be exempt to incentivize the use of public transport and cycling. The BBC understands that Oxford was one of the places where Mr. Harper had in mind when he spoke of the councils that ration who uses the roads and when. Oh, so it wasn't the Conservatives pushing it back. They were going with the fucking conspiracy theory. Never mind. But while some people might find this controlling, it is definitely not the same as a 15-minute city. The traffic filter scheme attracted significant opposition from people worried about the impact the measures might have on their mobility and livelihoods. Yeah, fucking entitled car owners being like, we want to use our car because we hate you. We hate life. But online, a separate conversation appeared to be taking place, one that tapped into genuine grievances about the trial, bending them with rumors pushed by far-right blogs and fringe media outlets around the world. On social media, some users suggested this was part of a sinister plot to confine people to their local areas for the sake of the environment, which is fucking stupid. They just want people to only get to places within 15 minutes. Either it be a walk, a bike, or public transit. That's the fucking point. Others wrongfully linked the traffic filter scheme to a separate council proposal to introduce 15-minute neighborhoods in Oxford. Oxfordshire County Council publicly dismissed claims suggesting a link between the two, as well as the claim that traffic filters will be used to confine people to the local area. There's just, like, no evidence. Yeah, people are fucking getting death threats about this and shit. Yada, yada, yada. I hate this fucking misclicking shit I'm doing. But soon after the social media frenzy also began having a real impact offline, counselors received death threats. Others have faced with anxious questions from residents. People have come up to me and said, "Is it true that we're not going to be allowed out of our houses? That it's going to be just like the coronavirus lockdown." Emily Kerr from Oxford City told the BBC at the time. Leafleting campaigns accusing councils of treating people like guinea pigs were organized. Soon enough, council meetings in other parts of the country were being interrupted by protesters. This is the fucking problem. Again, when schizophrenics like fucking goddamn Joe Rogan talk about this issue, they have no fucking idea. All that it is, it's a just permitting trafficking filter system because Oxford has older medieval roads that they've preserved and they don't want as many cars on them. That's the point. And also, yeah, listen, we want to talk about, fucking control of your vehicle. Like you're saying, Boy Mitsuni. Tesla insurance literally monitors your driving and can up your premium or drop you at any time. Tesla owners who take long road trips get hit with 2 to 3 times premiums. You want to talk about fucking filtering and control? That's what it fucking looks like, conservatives. Not 15-minute cities where a dude's just like, we just want people to have, like, a better, easier time getting around their fucking city. It's really fucking stupid, dude. And yeah, like you're saying, like, it's all about creating of walkable areas. But then again, like, conservatives are all, like, fat fucking losers and morons and isolationist shills and dipshits who hate walking because walking would mean they have to look at people and they hate people. So, whatever. Very cool.
Problem is giving people that are in power, these people that we've all discussed that have so much money and so much control over our societies, multinational corporations, giving them more control over citizens. And this is a vehicle for that. And this is what's dangerous about this whole climate change.
Corporations are not pushing 15-minute cities on people. That's just not how that fucking works. Like, it was a decision made by the city council. It's not. Corporations aren't pushing for that shit. What the fuck are you talking about? There's no evidence to suggest this.
Emergency. Because it allows these fucking creeps that have been controlling people and controlling what you do and what you say and how you spend your money with people that already live in check to check, and you put a dish.
Buddy, like, you agree with conservatism. Quite literally the ideology that is about maintenance of hierarchy and control of first order principles. What the fuck are you talking about?
constraints on them, and you make them even more scared. And then you put additional measures where you can look at their carbon footprint, you look at the amount they travel, put a carbon tax on these people to figure out how to extract more money from them. That's what bothers me about this climate change emergency. Not that we can all...
Bro, like, carbon tax, no one, like, he's bringing up the shit from Canada because he has to put together multiple conspiracy theories to organize this grand fucking narrative. You want to know what happened with the carbon tax? Broadly speaking, most normal people got fucking rebates back from the carbon tax. I got rebates back from the carbon tax. Individuals hardly paid into the carbon tax. It was mostly for big corporations who were on average way bigger fucking polluters. And that fucking tax got fucking repealed by Mark Carney. Like, the first thing that he fucking did was repeal it when he became interim prime minister. Like, he got rid of that shit because it wasn't accomplishing anything, basically. It's fucking stupid.
Agree. Pollution is a terrible thing. Everyone should agree with that. The beautiful earth that sustains us and all life on this planet is being poisoned as we speak. We're killing all the fish in the ocean and sucking them out in giant numbers. 94% of all the big fish that are in the ocean are gone over the last, whatever it is.
When you go to war against nature, you lose.
Yeah, because you're part of nature.
Exactly.
We're worshiping the almighty dollar above the money.
Again, he does like the stupid bullshit. Like, Joe Rogan didn't destroy Bernie there. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Bernie didn't push back on any of that stuff because he doesn't have the time to look at, like, whatever 3 IQ fucking conspiracy theories that fucking Joe Rogan believes in. And yeah, like, Joe Rogan worshiping the mighty fucking dollar. Buddy, your net worth is $200 million, buddy. If anyone's worshiping the goddamn mighty fucking dollar, it's you, bubby. But that gets to fucking taxes. What do we have here? Conservatives complaining about people wanting to raise taxes? Okay, what do we got here? Joe Rogan shouldn't be a big fan of this. Like, he's had controversies in his fucking subreddit before about, like, saying, like, yeah, Joe Rogan's just like an out-of-touch fucking dipshit. Which is true. He is an out-of-touch fucking dipshit. But what do we got here?
There is something else that's going on in this. While all this is going on, while all this technology is throwing people out on the street, something else is happening. The people who own that technology and the corporations who utilize that technology are becoming phenomenally richer, right?
Exactly.
All right. And that is the issue. Which gets back to things like tax reform, like making sure that in America we do not have the massive levels of income and wealth inequality that we currently have.
But the problem with that is the taxes go to what? An incompetent, corrupt government?
That's so fucking funny that he is fucking saying this, dude. Like, you voted for the guy who is currently leading an incompetent and corrupt government. You endorsed Donald Trump, you fucking idiot. You are okay with incompetency and corruption. Donald Trump fucking laid that out pretty fucking threadbare. It's stupid. Yeah, the Doge cuts are going to be, like, more expensive. Like, for American taxpayers. It's stupid. But again, like, Joe Rogan's getting his taxes fucking cut from the big beautiful bill. Gonna cut Joe Rogan's taxes. So he's okay with it in reality. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about this.
This is the issue that people have. It's
Good,
like,
fair enough. All right.
Willing to pay our fair. Look, I'd be more than willing to pay more taxes if we lived in a better country. I'd be like, this would be great. If I felt like if I pay more.
But you support the Republican Party, dude. Like, come on, man. Like, it really just fucking writes itself. Just it's just incompetence. Just complete utter incompetence.
Then
taxes,
your job is
everybody's surviving, everybody's doing well. That's great.
All right. Then that is the issue of how you revitalize American democracy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to argue with you that the system today is pretty bad. All right, I live it. I'm going there today.
And ironically, it's bad because there's no competition, right? It's corrupt, but it's not a free market. Like the government itself has.
I mean, it's not inaccurate to say, but that's a problem with private corporations, not with the government.
A monopoly on governing. And
I need to listen to that again.
Monopoly on. Also, it's not a free market. Like the government itself has a monopoly on governing.
Right-wingers, is this your fucking mans? This is your fucking mans. That's what the government is supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do. They are supposed to govern. That is their purpose. That's what they're there for. This is an effective fucking counter argument. Are you people actually fucking for real? Jesus fucking Christ. Like, how are you supposed to deal or argue with any of these people when they say shit like this? He's actually fucking just completely fucking brain dead. Like, are you for real? Okay, yeah. Do you want instead, Joe? Do you want like private corporations to be the ones that are doing the governing? They're definitely going to make things worse. Oh, guess what? That's exactly what they're doing. The billionaires and the corporations are the ones who are currently the main people putting forward fucking policy and making life worse for everybody, Joe. This is what I fucking mean. He doesn't know anything. He's just a complete fucking moron. There's like no there, brain empty, can't think, soup, just the government bad because the government have monopoly on governing. That's how it's supposed to work, you fucking idiot. Dude, the consequences of Ronald Reagan and George Bush on civic nationalism and education will forever affect the American sort of cultural and educational ability for generations to come, and will continue for generations to come. It's actually fucking incredible, dude.
And when they're completely corrupt, and when they're making insane amounts of money through taxes, and they're not accountable.
No, all right, no, I don't. No, this is the way I see it.
Well, I wanted to see what Bernie's follow-up was. Unga the Great.
There is something else.
Because again, Joe Rogan just said complete utter fucking nonsense, dude. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, the system today is pretty bad. Yeah, he was gonna debunk the idiotic shit, probably. It's like, whatever. This is just fucking clip-chimping bullshit. But whatever. As expected from fucking conservatives, they're not gonna fucking include any of that because, again, they know that they're fucking wrong in all of this stuff. Like, what else is there to say about this besides, whoa, Joe Rogan is still the idiotic 3 IQ conspiracy theorist. He's fundamentally fucking incurious, has never been about, pushing forward with curiosity. That's a bunch of fucking poppycock. That's always been just complete bullshit, nonsense. And whoa, he is just completely and utterly captured by just complete schizo right-wing fucking rabbit hole bullshit. Like, literally the fucking graph he cites debunks him on his climate change denialism. Like, yeah, we're currently in a period of warming. This is on a 50 million year scale. This is probably about the last 100,000 fucking years. And that graph is going up, conservatives. Like, just the citing of this fucking Washington Post article is complete fucking nonsense, Boy Meets Mini. Joe Rogan, not Boy Meets Mini. Jesus Christ. I'm confusing my people. Very cool, very good. But yeah, as expected, a fucking goddamn Joe Rogan. Bro has no fucking idea about what he's talking about. He is fundamentally incurious. He will never fucking listen to any other sides of the argument at all. He doesn't give a fuck about any of that stuff because, again, guess how much his net worth is because of the Spotify contract. It's about $200 fucking million. And so he is totally okay with continuing to push all these stupid, dumb, fucking idiotic conspiracy theories. Because, again, he's well off. He'll probably be okay if the coming climate apocalypse happens. And he's not going to suffer any of the consequences for the stupid, idiotic shit that he fucking believes in.